Ladies and gentlemen, the last Raw exclusive pay-per-view, Roadblock, end of the line, just finished at the PPG Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Not only do you have a new Intercontinental Predictions Champion, but
I'm so sorry, guys.
you have a new era being ushered in the tag team division. You have the underdog from the underground overcoming the odds. You have the architect one step closer to revenge. You have the queen back in her kingdom. And you also have the friendship reunited.
Yay.
Welcome to Breakdown.
Yay.
So, Jax, you missed the tag team match.
I did.
You did.
I did. I was casually late, you know.
It was actually a really, really good match. It was the chemistry between the two teams, which you could clearly see, was fantastic. From Xavier getting involved, and as somebody that's watched a lot of tag team wrestling, and you go, oh God, it's over. And it wasn't over. That happened 3 or 4 times where Xavier would get involved, or I know at one point Sheamus clocked Cesaro inadvertently. And you're going, oh God, it's over.
Right.
But the match kept going. It was the only match that I can recall that got a "This is awesome" chant tonight.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Fucking A. To be fair, okay. So, Cesaro, stellar, right?
Yes.
New Day, stellar, right? The main focus, I would think, and again, I'm probably gonna rewatch it when I get home. But the main focus is that Sheamus ruins everything. That's the general consensus of Sheamus. Now, here's my thing. I personally like Sheamus. There's times whenever he wasn't worth a damn,
Right.
and I was like, I just can't give a shit about this.
Right.
But overall, Sheamus is a great wrestler. Sheamus is a great performer. He's an okay face, but he's a fantastic heel.
And with them playing him as that kind of in between,
Beautiful.
it's
It's beautiful. I love it because he's a face to his partner, but a heel to everyone else.
Yes.
And I think that's genius because Cesaro is clearly a babyface.
And there were a lot of moments in that match where you could see the teamwork between Cesaro and Sheamus really coming out. Whether it was the bro kick on the outside to Big E while Cesaro's in the ring. I think the best part from a teamwork standpoint has to be the finish. So, legal men are Kofi and Sheamus. Sheamus is crawling towards his corner to tag in Cesaro. Cesaro actually raises his hand and gets in the ring. Doesn't take the tag. And a lot of people are thinking that Cesaro is going to turn on Sheamus. But he goes and he takes a Trouble in Paradise from Kofi Kingston. Sheamus, still the legal man, slides, grabs Kingston, flips him over, and pins him. And that's how the match ends.
Right.
It's the smoothest finish I've seen. There were Kobe tried doing something like a Hurricane Run or whatever have you, and Cesaro turned it into the neutralizer.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. Because Cesaro's a beast.
There were just a lot of moments where people were going, what? What the hell did we just watch? And at the end, the New Day holding the belts hugged Cesaro. Handed the belts to Cesaro, hugged him. Sheamus grabbed the belts, went up to the turnbuckle and
Did his thing.
Right. So it was a nice little nod to, hey, I'm still an asshole, but
I'm a champion now.
And then the New Day signaling that they like Cesaro.
Yeah.
So
and they're not upset at the loss.
No.
Because any way you look at it, and it's bittersweet because I really like the New Day, like a lot, but at the same time, WWE allowed them to break the record.
Yes.
And that in itself, I wasn't sure if they were going to win tonight, but I'm like, even if they lose, who cares? They broke the record.
Yes.
They're the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions ever. That's awesome. So it doesn't, if they go for it again, awesome. I think it's time that they start going for different belts, I think.
Yeah.
In a sense, I think they should kind of go like the Shield style route and start taking titles and dominating that way, but
I would like to see in a perfect world and I have to check weight classes, but Big E go for the Universal title.
Right.
Kofi go for the United States title.
Yep.
And Xavier take the Cruiserweight title.
I think Xavier's like 220 something, 230. So he would have to drop 20 pounds to do that.
Right.
But I see where your head's at. But I don't think that they'll do that now. But in your perfect world, I see where you're going. Because then they can just join together that way. Or, a much more logical and possible thing, Kofi and Xavier win the tag titles back at some point from someone, and Big E wins a singles title.
Yeah.
Then everybody's got gold at all times. I don't know if they technically exercise the free bird rule for that. I don't think that they should, but it would still be awesome.
If the third man has a title, I don't think you're allowed to.
Really?
I don't know. I'd have to double check on that one.
Fucking A. That'd be awesome, though.
That was the case when Evolution had the titles. And Randy had the Intercontinental, and
Triple H had
the
WWE.
WWE.
Yeah.
Exactly. We transition from that match and we go into the Braun Strowman Sami Zayn match.
God damn it.
So the premise behind it is you have a 10-minute time limit, and Sami Zayn is supposed to last that 10 minutes. Well, he does, but in one of the biggest what the fuck moments of the night.
It literally, Mick Foley stood there for a minute and a half holding a towel, Braun telling him throw in the towel, and then Sami's like, don't throw in the towel. I would have liked it more if that was a lot shorter.
Yeah.
Give it 30 seconds. He throws him out of the ring and says, throw in the towel or I'm beating his ass more.
If it was like a 30-minute match, the minute was fine.
Right, but for a
10-minute match,
that's detrimental.
That's 10% of the damn match.
Yep.
When it was just an ass kicking.
Oh, so good though. So good.
It made Braun look really strong.
Yep.
Until that point.
Right.
And then he gets wrecked.
With a hula kick.
At the end, but it kind of keeps him strong because now that I'm actually saying it out loud, he hit the turnbuckle, then he went through the barricade.
Yep.
It was his own momentum beating him.
Right.
It wasn't Sami Zayn.
True.
And then Sami Zayn does eventually hit the haluva kick.
Right.
And could have, in theory, pinned him. He had the time.
He wouldn't have gotten the pin though.
Right.
Braun Strowman didn't even go down to the kick.
But you could see Sami was trying to throw him down.
Right.
Because that's the thing. You get hit with the haluva kick, Sami throws you down.
Right. I think it was good with the exception of the Mick Foley thing.
Yes.
I understand why they did it. And
I can do so much without the Mick Foley thing.
I could do it if it was just shorter. Cut it in half. You see him walking down to the ring. Strowman should have continued to beat his ass, throw him out of the ring, and then say, throw in that towel or I will continue to pummel him. And then he's telling Sami, I've got to do it. And then Sami throws it and says, no, everything continues the same. But that whole stare down of Braun just yelling in his face for a minute is a waste of my time.
Braun, he carried that entire match, wasn't sloppy, and was talking the right amount of trash for that style of match. And it's so funny because when they started doing the whole squash match thing, and the Braun Strowman gimmick was kind of getting stale.
Yep.
And tonight really changed the way I at least look at Braun Strowman as a character.
I started to like Braun once he started feuding with Sami. Like I said before, like during the live thing, a year ago, nobody liked Braun Strowman. He couldn't do a match.
Nope.
He had no momentum.
Nope.
He was just a random ass big dude who was part of the Wyatt family, who was a monster. Cool. I get that. I understand that. Now he's by himself. So he's in a sink or swim kind of thing. And he's swam.
Yeah.
And I applaud that. And on top of it, let's just get this out there. The Randy Orton, Braun Strowman stare down that they had before Survivor Series, killed him.
Yes.
People lost their shit over that. And I think that's awesome. You put him and Luke Harper into a stare down for the next big four possibly, awesome. The moral of the story is that now Braun Strowman has the ability to put asses in seats. And he's not face Undertaker material by any fucking means. So we're just saying that bullshit. Stop it. But he's good. He's good. He's a big dude that's good. And he constantly looks strong. I think that he should, and it's just me, I think he should legit feud with Roman Reigns and go after the U.S. title.
Yeah.
Because Roman Reigns is a powerhouse.
And they need to take the belt off of Roman.
God damn it. If they're gonna rekindle the Shield side of it, they for sure need to. For sure. Unless they're gonna give Seth Rollins a title, take the belt off of Roman.
Yes.
Because then it just looks like Roman's constantly trying to upstage Seth, and that's dumb to me. I don't like that. Now, in a perfect world, you would have Seth and Roman with individual titles, like US and Universal, for a limited time, and then give Dean an individual title, and now the Shield is owning on 2 different fronts. Or you give the club the tag titles, they beat Cesaro and Sheamus, and then AJ keeps the US title. The club is ruling on 2 different sides. It'd be fucking stellar. And then Finn Balor comes back and wins the Universal title. Oh my god, that'd be fantastic.
Yes.
But it is what it is.
Absolutely. We move on from there to, I think it was Chris Jericho versus Seth Rollins.
I like this match. I don't think we were as invested in it.
We weren't. We really weren't.
I kept watching it, but I mean,
I was watching it, but I can't remember anything from it.
Well,
other than the KO run.
The KO run-in was big, but like the pedigree counters, awesome.
Yes.
The thing about it is that I don't have to like hardcore watch Chris Jericho matches because I already know they're going to be good. I don't hardcore watch Seth Rollins matches because I already know they're going to be good.
So when you put the 2 of them in a scenario,
I already know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
And I don't need to like focus on highlights. And I know that 9 times out of 10 a wrestler says that it's all about like the moments of a match. But when you just constantly put on great match after great match after great match, I'm not looking for moments anymore. I'm just looking straight for a great match. Now, if you have a moment, I'll talk about it for sure. There weren't really like any real moments.
I did like the code breaker counter into the pedigree.
That's becoming really, really like well done.
Yes.
Like the code breaker, and my thing is that I don't think they utilize code breaker as well as they should, because the code breaker is one of those moves that can be hit from nowhere.
Yeah.
A pedigree can't, but they try to make it like that. You know, like
well, because they're trying to back on the whole RKO out of nowhere thing.
But code breaker out of nowhere makes way more sense.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to execute. There's not a lot of execution on anybody's part.
It's
smooth. Yeah, it's a super kick that's just fluent. A pedigree is not fluent. A spear is fluent. A pop-up powerbomb is fluent. You see what I'm saying? Like if
you're trying to say fluid, you're saying fluent.
I mean, say fluid. Whatever. That's liquid. I'm saying fluent still. I don't give a fuck. But no, like the point being is that it's one of those moves that can come out of nowhere at any time.
Yes.
Stop trying to make the pedigree one of those moves. It's not.
I agree.
It's not. Like, but it is what it is. The match was great. Seth Rollins won because KO interfered, which makes the ending of the pay-per-view a little bit weird to me, but I'm sure that they'll like go further into that. We might get Chris Jericho versus KO. We might in any situation. Yeah, it was a good match.
It really was, and to know that Seth, they're putting a lot more focus on Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
To know that path has actually started makes me very happy.
Yes.
Because we were saying this 4 months ago when Rollins gets pedigreed by Triple H, the next week on Raw, there's no mention of it. Which was the dumbest thing, in my opinion, that they could have ever done.
Yep. And it's weird that he just walked out on Raw one day and says, I want Triple H. You didn't want him when he pedigreed you a couple weeks ago? Like, I know you were mad, and they emphasized on the Stephanie knew, but he didn't really say, I want Triple H. He's just like, how did you guys betray me? So he played a fool. Then that part ended, and then he focused on KO, which is fine, but it was never to get back to Triple H. It was to get back to KO.
Right.
And now that he's not in the title picture anymore, he's like, I want Triple H. I get it, but I don't.
I don't
like I feel like he should have said, you're a stepping stone to Triple H. My end game is to beat Triple H's ass for what he did to me.
Right.
That would have made more sense.
So that's good to know. Hopefully they start that with about 6 weeks before Royal Rumble.
You think we're going to get it at WrestleMania? Seth versus Triple H?
I think they're going to tease it at the Rumble.
I think so too.
I think Seth's going to be in the Rumble towards the end.
And Triple H comes out again like 29, something like that.
Hopefully. No, not even comes out, just walks out on the stage. And Seth gets eliminated and they draw.
Yeah.
Which sets up for WrestleMania.
Fair enough.
We did skip over the cruiserweight triple threat match. Rich Swann, TJP, and the Brian Kendrick.
The Brian Kendrick.
Um,
It's fun to say, man.
It was a really slow starting match.
Okay. So, as a small dude who got hooked on wrestling from cruiserweights,
Right.
like when I was watching WCW, I was not looking at Hogan. I looked at the NWO, but besides the NWO and Sting a little bit, I was focused on cruiserweights. I was a small dude when I was a kid. So the cruiserweights, Psychosis, Rey Mysterio, Ultimo Dragon, like Huvatu was my guy. Oh my god, because he was just like this.
La Parca.
Like these guys were just like small, like little underdogs that were just like grimy and doing like these fast-paced matches. I'm like, what the fuck? And now I'm looking at the Cruiserweight Classic or Cruiserweight Division post Cruiserweight Classic because Cruiserweight Classic was gold, and I'm not impressed anymore.
I'm not either.
Like I like TJP. I like Brian Kendrick because he's a great bad guy. I like Rich Swann. I like Jack Gallagher. I like
Grand
Metalik, Zack Sabre Jr. I like the cruiserweights. The most is that most of the cruiserweights I like. The way that they've been booking it, I don't like.
Terrible.
Because they're implying that the cruiserweights are their own thing. The cruiserweights have their own show. So let them fight on their own show with other cruiserweights. I get that. But if you're going to have the cruiserweights on
Raw,
a giant pay-per-view, if you're going to have the cruiserweights on Raw, have them mix it up with people. I would love to see Rich Swann fight Sami Zayn. I would love to see Tony Nese battle Roman Reigns. I would love to see Cedric Alexander, who is a monster. Now, I can't say too much about that because Cedric Alexander still competes against other people on NXT. So I can't say too much about that.
But
they're doing him correctly.
But if you're like me and
you don't watch NXT, right?
I would love to see Cedric Alexander, Chris Jericho.
Oh, for sure.
I think that would be amazing.
Which is why I'm so happy that Neville's back.
We were getting
as a heel. Oh my god!
So the match ends, and Neville's music hits, and the place loses their bananas.
Yup.
And then he gets in the ring,
all smiles, mind you,
and just wrecks Rich Swann with a devastating kick to the head.
Yep.
And lays waste to everybody, Brian Kendrick included.
Yep. And then you got a thank you, Neville.
Yeah,
why? Because the thank you, Neville was beautiful. Because Neville is in the cruiserweight weight class, and Neville is a well-known name. Who, God, I feel so bad for that dude because he broke his ankle. What, weeks?
Like 2 weeks before Mania.
2 or 3 weeks before WrestleMania.
That's when they threw Zack Ryder into the mix.
Yep. Which, that's heartbreaking to me. And I think that they're putting Neville in this position because, A, it'll give them a chance to rejuvenate the Cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
And it lets him rebuild his character, which I'm totally cool with. Because that Red Arrow, the first person that gets hit by it, is going to be so sweet. Oh my god, it's going to be so sweet. But, yeah, man, like, the Cruiserweight division is just not grabbing me with the purple lights, the purple ropes, on a Raw. Like, why? It's the same three people.
Any stories behind it?
No. The only story that we had was Brian Kendrick versus TJP. And that story got stale real quick because they kept fighting over and over and over again.
Now, I know they're doing something with Gallagher and I think it's Daivari.
Daivari, yep.
So I'm interested to see where that goes. But at the same time, I'm not because I'm not invested.
I'm not invested in Daivari. I'm invested in Jax.
I'm invested in Gallagher. I don't care for Daivari, but as an overall thing, when I see the cruiserweights come on, because I DVR Raw and I watch it back, I fast forward.
Right.
Because there's no reason for me to watch it. You know,
now let me ask you this question. Are you the type of person who watches wrestling and when the crowd's not really reacting, you lose interest in the match?
No.
Okay.
Because there have been times where I think the last pay-per-view, matter of fact, I can't remember the specific match, but the crowd wasn't invested at all.
Right.
But I was. Now, it's a little harder for me to like, especially when we do our live streams. If I know I'm invested in the match, but we've got a conversation going on, and the crowd's not invested, it's really hard for me to
stay focused
right. on that because the crowd plays a lot of factor into a match, and you react with the crowd
because you're one with the crowd.
Exactly. So no, I'm not. But at the same time, when we're in these scenarios and these settings, a little bit.
Right. That makes sense.
Now the cruiserweight match, the crowd didn't really care for.
They never did.
But I was still watching it because I enjoy the high flying that we don't get as much as we did in the classic. And I think
we barely got any at all, and the ones that we did get were botches.
Yeah.
Because most of them were Rich Swann fucking up.
Yeah.
Like horribly. And I was like, I think it's shoes and slippery. They've got me.
So, and that's the problem. I think a lot of people saw the classic. They saw what matches were being produced at the classic. And then we get to that very first night on Raw.
Less than stellar. Plus, to be fair, they left a bad taste in people's mouth whenever they let TJP beat Kota Ibushi, and then him go on to beat Grand Metalik. I think that put a really bad taste in people's mouths because people were not behind TJP at all.
And they still aren't.
They're not.
If you really think about it, they're not behind him at all.
You see how quick he keeps changing his attire now?
Yeah.
He wore the same attire when he was champion. Now he keeps changing it up every single week.
Yep.
It's crazy.
We go from there to the women's match. 30-minute Iron Man match.
35.
Yeah, it ended up being 35. We'll get to that. For the women's title. It's actually the one that got me this.
Yeah.
So, 35.
Hold on, real quick. Show the title some respect. Let's get this the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, sorry. It's one of those. What the hell now?
The title deserves respect. Okay, I know you have it now, but goddamn it, treat her right.
So it was probably one of the greatest performances by these two women in I should say a long time, because any match these two have is great. But to go the distance for 35 minutes.
Yes, the longest match of the show.
Yeah, the longest match of the show. And
Jesus Christ.
They carried the show.
Yep.
It got everybody hyped for the main event because they were excited. It was full of fantastic moments.
Yep.
Now the first 15 minutes were a little because they were just kind of pussyfooting around, and I was. If you watch our live stream, I was saying this should just be a normal match.
Right.
But then that last 15 minutes, and really it was the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Pinfalls, decisions, Charlotte just wrecking Sasha's knee.
Yep.
A couple times.
I would have liked it better if they did a quick pinfall in the beginning.
Yes.
And then it's just like, I'm fighting to at least tie here. Then it would have brought more appeal to it, in my opinion.
Sasha takes a nasty, nasty hit against the steel steps.
Jesus Christ. Girl got the knee kicked out from her.
And I think it broke some teeth. Because she was bleeding from the mouth.
Right.
And towards it was fine till the end of the match. And there was just blood everywhere.
Yeah, it was. That was rough to watch. That kick in the stairs. That's why I was like, holy shit! Like I thought she was gonna be concussed for sure.
She looked concussed after the stairs.
Yeah. Now I want to put this out there as a bravo to both of them.
Yes.
We have watched them fight at least 7 times. 6 times. Sorry.
Since
at least.
WrestleMania.
No, I'm talking about this match.
Since the brand split.
Yes, at least 6 times.
Okay.
Because Charlotte became the first women's champion, then Sasha, then Charlotte, then Sasha, then Charlotte, then Sasha, and now Charlotte again. So, you've put them, which is smart, in, for the most part, different matches every single time the title is on the line. We've seen these people fight at least 6 times since the summer. And the fact that we're in an Iron Woman match and I'm still invested after watching them fight so many times,
Well, you had
back
Balls
to
Couch
back
anywhere.
to back to back to back.
You had the Hell in a Cell. You had the women, the Iron Woman match.
Yeah,
You had these gimmick matches that were kind of getting that nice little revive.
right.
And to see the women now actually doing that was something just stellar.
I'm just shocked at the fact that after 6 matches with the same 2 competitors, I'm still interested.
Yeah.
Like, how many times do I say that? What the fuck do I watch this match for? They're just gonna do the fucking rematch on Monday.
Baron Corbin and Kalisto, Big
Yeah.
Cass and Rusev.
Yeah, every time. But this one just separates itself from the pack, and that's a whole different animal that I appreciate.
Yes.
I appreciate the shit out of that.
Can we talk about Sasha Banks staying in the figure 4 for an almost solid 2 minutes?
It was 2 minutes. You're talking the first time. I'm
The
sorry.
first time.
Yeah, like the fact that and I like the fact that she's smart with it. Most people go into a submission, they don't do anything. They're like, I don't know what to do. Oh my god. She's swinging for the fucking fences.
Yeah.
She's smacking. She's pounding on Charlotte's leg. She's legit trying to get out.
Yes.
Most people just lay there and just scream in pain. She's fighting to get out of this submission. That's phenomenal. That's making your players not look like morons. Like when other people get put into the figure 8, I hate it because they just lay there. Yeah. She got to the figure 8 and was still trying to get out, and then just realized I can't get out of this, and then she tapped.
Right.
That's believable to me. That I can follow. But if you lay there and watch Charlotte, oh, she's gonna go to the figure 8. Yep, she's in it. I'm done. Like that pisses me off.
Yes.
I don't like that. And the women are playing it a lot smarter than I personally expected them to do it, and I appreciate that. That's why they're able to headline main events. That's why they're getting more TV time. They're cutting legit promos. They're doing Iron Woman matches. When was the last time you saw a men's Iron Man match? It's been a long time. I think the last one was Randy
Cena had bragging rights when
2007?
No, I don't know what year, but I know it ended with John using the handcuffs.
Yeah, across his face.
Yeah, took out Randy for the final decision. So we transition out of that match, and we go into the main event of the evening. Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. Kind of a flat match from a technical standpoint.
Right.
And
I can speak on that as my personal opinion as to why.
Didn't really care for Roman even being in the match, so it was hard to kind of be invested in this one for me.
Okay.
If you're a champion, if you're the United States champion, and after what John Cena did for that belt with the Open Challenge, to kind of see it fall by the wayside because it's on Roman Reigns now, like I'd rather Rusev have that.
Here's the thing, and I agree with that statement, because Rusev constantly reminded you that he's the champion. I respect the fuck out of that. That's why I love Ruru. That's my guy. You don't ever hear Roman brag that he's a U.S. champion. It's just a belt to him.
Yes.
And you kind of hinted towards that by you saying, I hate the way he holds the title when he carries it down to the ring. He's not showing off the label. He's not showing where the money's at. He just holds it like he doesn't give a shit. And I agree with that. I don't mind it. I think it's legit, but it would be more legit if he threw it over his shoulder and walked out. So that you still see this. He doesn't do that. Now, John Cena, when he was the U.S. champ, made it known, I'm the U.S. champ, I'm going to do open challenges. Rusev made it known because he's like, I'm the greatest U.S. champion of all time. I'm the real American hero, whatever. Then you give it to Roman, who doesn't do anything. But their thought process is, hey, if we put it on Roman, because bitches love Roman, it'll make the U.S. title legitimate. That's not the case.
He hasn't defended it since winning it.
Yes, he has.
When?
Chris Jericho.
Okay, legitimately defended.
You don't think Chris Jericho is a legitimate defense?
I do, but I don't think the match was legitimate. I think it was just a bullshit match.
Now, they haven't put him on pay-per-view to defend it, which takes it a little bit away from me. But yeah, it's becoming a title that's losing prestige. Like, you look at what they're doing with the Intercontinental title on SmackDown, it's growing every single week. Because this is what gets me so much with Roman Reigns with this title. When he had the world title, he bragged that he was the world champion. You gave him the U.S. title. There's no bragging. AJ Styles lets you know he's a champion. Miz lets you know he's a champion. You got Kevin Owens that lets people know he's a champion. You have the New Day let people know he's a champion. Now you have the Wyatts with the tag team titles. They're going to let people know that they're the champion. But then you have Roman, who's not doing anything. This is why people say
he walked out without the belt the other night twice.
Yeah, this is why people say Roman is shit. Hardcore fans say Roman is shit for these things. He's a great wrestler. By all means, he's a great wrestler. I like his moveset. I think it's great. It's a little bland, but because of how he is as a wrestler, it makes sense. I'm okay with it. But you gave him a championship, and he's not doing anything to bring relevance to the championship besides saying, "This is my title," and that's it. And he doesn't even say that anymore. He walks out with it every once in a while, and then he doesn't even say, "Well, you're the Universal Champion, well, I'm the U.S. Champion, and to me, this title is more important than that title." Didn't Rusev say that? The U.S. title was way more important than the Universal title. That was the greatest statement I've ever heard in my life from the Raw brand split overall. But now you have it on this guy who does nothing. And I know we got off topic about the overall match, but that pisses me off.
Oh, yeah.
More than anything else.
But see, it was okay to get off topic about the overall match because the overall match was kind of bland until the Jericho run at the end.
That's true.
You
Now,
know?
I like the smart playing that KO does. The thing that gets me, and this is the one thing that KO does that I don't care for, he puts people in these headlocks for so long. And I understand that they're trying to bring relevance back to it, but they're so long. Like, legit. I think he just fought Roman on one of the Raws a couple weeks ago and held him in a headlock for a good 2.5 minutes. Roman tried to get up, he put him right back in the headlock. Like, I understand it's smart wrestling, but fuck, man. Like, it's too long. It's too long for me. That's what gets me.
I agree. So, Jericho comes out, code breaks Kevin Owens, which means Owens retains the title.
Yep.
They hug, everything's kosher, and they walk back up the ramp until Seth freaking Rollins comes out.
Seth freaking Rollins!
And you have Roman and Rollins teaming up.
Yep.
Which I know we were kind of bitching about it at Survivor Series, where they kept bringing up Shades of the Shield.
Yeah.
They kept bringing that up, but now that they're kind of exploring that and they're having these two subtly have each other's backs and different things like that, it's very warm and inviting.
Right.
It's very fresh, so to say. Because they're not jamming it down our throats that, hey, the Shield's back, we're missing Dean Ambrose, but the Shield's back.
Right. That, I appreciate that heavily. I really do. Because what I want to see happen, and I feel like it could possibly, because Dean Ambrose is kind of slowly becoming a heel, little by little. I think what will happen is that you're going to have Seth and Roman become friends again. And they're going to go to a big four. They're going to run into Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose is like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Why are you friends with this scumbag who fucking turned his back on us and beat the shit out of you with a goddamn chair?
Yeah.
Kept you from winning titles, kept me from winning titles, and now you're friends with them? What the fuck is going on here? That'll set up something special. Now, on the flip side, I wouldn't mind seeing a Shield reunion whenever they're together because they already tempted it at Tribute to the Troops. But,
Which
man,
was beautiful. That scene with all three teams. That was
the
beautiful.
New Day, the Club, and the Shield, man, that's setting up for something stellar. That's
I would
setting up
love to
something
see a 9-person tag team match at one of the big four between those three teams.
Elimination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it would be single elimination, not eliminating the whole teams.
Yeah, you eliminate one person, the other two people of the team remain.
Yeah.
Kind of like how they did with the on Tuesday. They had the Hype Bros, the American Alpha.
Yes.
You had to eliminate both members in order to get the team eliminated. I think that was a stellar match to me.
I have not finished it.
Oh, it's so good.
That's why
Wait, you know who won though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But in any case, man, like I'm happy that the Jericho KO friendship is still going, only because I think Chris Jericho is going to get a title match in the very, very, very near future, and I think that's why he kept the title on KO because
I
he
think
thinks he
that'll-
can beat KO.
I think that'll come out tomorrow.
I think so too. I for sure think so. Because he's gonna ask him, why the hell did you code breaker me? You could have smacked me and got me DQ'd. So let's see.
So 2016 for pay-per-view side has wrapped up. We are totally done with pay-per-views for this year. The next time you'll actually see us doing a breakdown will be fresh off the heels of the Royal Rumble match.
Yeah.
When we finally get back to the hotel room. That's gonna be crazy.
God damn it. No wait. Will you be the longest reigning?
I might be.
Fuck. God damn it.
Jax and I are gonna get together here in the next couple of weeks. We're gonna put out some more content. I know we keep saying it, but life happens, so fuck off.
Yeah, I had some serious stuff happen within the family, but that's not even here. That's not even your
But we're gonna put out some content. We'll spend about a day shooting a bunch of different shit.
Yep. One of them that I want to address is a little segment that we can call like "What If." I want to talk about on the first one. I brought this up to you. Shinsuke Nakamura is a huge name in NXT, and I feel like he should already be on the main roster. But I know why he's not. Speech barrier, whatever. But what if Shinsuke Nakamura had an advocate named Paul Heyman at his side to speak for him? And Shinsuke just does what he does best, makes fun of people, has fun, and beats ass, and Heyman just talks for him. Holy shit. Holy shit.
We'll spend some time on that. We'll spend some time on talking about different superstars, different scenarios. I have a list somewhere of stuff I want to talk about. And during that day, or a couple of days, however long it takes, we're going to address the rules for the Royal Rumble Jax and Ritz battle, I guess we'll call it.
Battle Royale, yeah. Because we gotta know, because I mean, you can't just say I think the person's gonna win the Royal Rumble because you don't know who the fuck is all gonna be in the Royal Rumble.
Exactly. So we're gonna have some different things. It's going to be chaotic to find out who leaves San Antonio with the belt. So at the time of shooting, we may not know. Shut up.
I'm not even saying anything.
We may not know at the time of shooting our next breakdown who will leave with the championship. Oh hell no.
I just TJP. Okay.
But we will.
What?
We will, before we leave San Antonio, know who will take us home. We've got some guests that we're gonna meet up with in San Antonio.
Yeah.
We do have tickets to NXT Takeover in San Antonio.
Yep.
We're on the floor for that one,
Yep.
so that'll be entertaining. A lot of big stuff gonna come out of 2017. I think one of the things we're gonna do the day we actually do meet up, we're gonna recap 2016 in different aspects.
Nice.
We'll do some top 10 lists. We'll do some different things like that. So once again, this is Jax. He was your Intercontinental
Why
Predictions
do you do
Champion.
this to me, man? God.
I am your new Intercontinental Predictions Champion.
Can we do it for
Ritz.
you?
Yeah, my throat still hurts.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the pay-per-view and new Intercontinental Predictions Champion, Ritz.
And remember,
That was
I said it.
Yeah, I'm a beast.
And remember, no matter where you are, no matter how far you go,
Keep it tight. Wait, what?
no.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, we're gonna get sued.
Why? I just gave Xavier Woods a pop.
I know.
Up, down.
But either way, no matter where you are, no matter what language you speak, we're going to be here week in and week out covering some great WWE action moving forward. Happy New Year, motherfuckers.
Happy New